In this section, I want to talk about all of the remaining areas of the lease contract and just so you're aware of what the numbers mean and how they're used. So what we haven't talked about is box number 2, monthly payments. This essentially is simply all of the monthly payments totaled up. And the first number is 47. That's how many payments we're actually making. And then what they do is they add on this 48th payment, which is actually made by the manufacturer that we figured out down at the lower part. But they do factor that in here on this lease. And then the other box is box number 3, the other charges that aren't part of your monthly payment. This is an interesting box, and there's usually some fine print either at the bottom of the contract or on the back of it that talks about the limitations with this fee. On this lease contract, it actually states that if we turn the vehicle in to the same dealer and we then buy another car or lease another car from that dealer, that fee is waived. So you do want to just take a glance at that at the final line on that to understand if you're going to have to pay $350 at the end of your lease or not. And box number 4 is actually the real cost of the lease to you. And they do put in a whole formula down at the very bottom. So you can see section 1. So what we'll do is the math real quick just so we can make sure it adds up. So section 1 is the $1,750 from here. And then we're going to do section 2B. So section 2 line B is this $17,234.88. And then plus section 3C, this $350 turn-in fee. And then we're going to subtract 5A3, that first month's payment that was made, and then the 5A4, which is actually a 0, and we end up with the same number, $18,975.82. So if you were to incur the item 3, the box number 3, that $350, you know, that is the total amount you'd be paying for this car. Another section that's good to just review before you sign the bottom line is number 7, line number 7. You want to confirm that the mileage is what you agreed on. We did actually have a lease contract where they either mistakenly or purposely changed the mileage on us. In any case, we actually didn't catch it in time and ended up having to turn the car in early just to get rid of the car because we had put more miles on it than what our lease agreement had said. So we ended up getting rid of it early before we ran into the second part of this, which is the rate of mileage, the rate per mile that they add every mile you go over this number here. So it varies from 10 cents to 15 cents. So you just want to confirm what that is. And then line number 8 is the residual that you saw right here. And so that number should be the same. And then basically number 9 is basically saying all of the fine prints on the back. The rest of this is, there's usually not that much super important stuff, I guess, depending on how you're leasing your car, your warranty. You have to check to see, you know, if they promised you a aftermarket warranty or something like that. And estimated official fees and taxes. This is basically estimated from the state, and so depending on your state, it could be higher or lower. It just gives you an idea of what your tax rate is. The insurance verification, I've whited out our information, but what you should see here is basically the lien. This is the lien information for the car. You can't lease a car without it being fully insured for both collision and comprehension. So this is your insurance information down there. And then finally your John Hancock signatures at the bottom line. So hopefully this series helps you understand this lease agreement a little bit in more detail. So next time you go lease a car, you have a better idea of what you're looking at before you actually just sign it. You can get a better idea of how much you paid for the car and what your monthly payment is, how it came about, and just hopefully you understand the whole process a little bit better.